Hey everybody, how you doing? We're going to talk today about who are the greatest Laker players. Now, I've been watching the Lakers since the 70s. And I can tell you now, right now for sure, that LeBron is not even in the conversation as far as it comes to being a Lakers greatest of all time. All right, and I'm going to give you my list, but like I said, there's a lot of people out there, ESPN, all them saying, he's the greatest of all time. He's the greatest of all time. No, he's not. He is not the greatest of all time. And a lot of people argue with me. Oh, he's the second greatest, or he's the first greatest. He's over MJ. No, he's not over MJ. And, like I said, I got the statistics to prove it. So you guys need to just hang with me and listen to the statistics. And I'll give you the top three. I'll give you notable mentions. And then we're going to go over LeBron James' record. All right. Now, before I go any further, if you want to support the channel, you want to leave a tip, I'll left the link in the bottom of this video. But, in the description of the video. So, how do I get about all this? Okay. I did it from the time when people came out of college or the NBA draft up until their last day of playing as a Laker. I judge Lakers for that. Now, to me, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is one of the greatest Lakers, but he did not fall on that list. All right, he didn't fall on the list. He didn't get his name, but he got a statue. So, I think he got a statue. If he didn't, he needs one because he was one of the all-time leading scorers for the Lakers. But I don't think LeBron James needs a statue in front of the Staples Center. I don't think that he needs a road named after him. He's just a good player for the Lakers. Now, I don't know if he's going to go for the draft. I'll be looking for that. I'll be covering it. I'll be covering some drafts. Not drafts, but free agency. I'll be covering some drafts. I'll put out my list of top three for all the teams. But let me get down to this, and so that way you'll know what I'm talking about. I got my little notepad over here where I had to write down stuff because I really can't remember. I remember my days in my young age watching James Worthy, watching Magic Johnson, Kurt Rambis, all them. So in the list, but I'm gonna tell you who I think the greatest is. But I'm going down from the time they started to the time they end. Okay, so don't be mad at me. I'll tell you who I think number one is, and we're going to show some highlights of that number one, and I'll do the reaction for it as well as we're watching it. Okay, so Magic Johnson from 1979 to 1991, 96, drafted overall in the first round in 1979. So his accomplishments was he's a 5-time NBA champion, 3-time NBA MVP, 3 times Finals MVP, 12-time All-Star, 10-time All-NBA First Team, and his career averages were 19.5 points per game, 7.2 rebounds per game, and 11.2 APG. All right. He was the face of the Showtime Lakers and one of the greatest point guards ever. I know it because I watched it. Now, you guys are going to love this one. Kobe Bryant, drafted 13th overall in the 1996 trade. In 1996, traded the Lakers on draft night. That's why he counts. Okay? He's a 5-time NBA champion, 2 times Finals MVP, 1-time NBA MVP, 18 times All-Star MVP, 11-time All NBA First Team, 9 times all-defensive first team. His career averages are 25.0 points per game, 5.2 rebounds per game, and 4.7 average point per game. Okay. His legacy that he left, he was one of the greatest scorers and competitors in the NBA history. Spent 20 seasons with the Lakers. All right. Now let me stop here for a minute. He spent 20 years. Magic Johnson spent quite a long time as well. But it seems to me that when these players that come and play for the Lakers that have been good or great, they'll stay there for a while. And LeBron James is doing all the recruiting for them. So how can it be that LeBron James, supposedly the greatest of all time, has had some of the worst seasons he's ever had with the Lakers? He's the reason why the Lakers have failed, because he tried to bring people in that he wants to play with. They don't get along, and then they go. All right. Number 3 is going to be Jerry West. Jerry West had a lot of fun as a Clippers owner or manager or whatever you want to call him. But Jerry West was really good. He played with the Lakers from 1960 to 1974, which I was 7 years old when he quit playing. And that was the time I started watching, really, because I was born in 67. So I'd been 7 years old when he quit. And I'd seen him play once or twice. Okay. He was drafted 2nd overall in 1960. He was the NBA champion in 1972. Finals MVP in 1969. Only player to win the Finals MVP on a losing team. The only one. 14-time All-Star, 12 times NBA, All-NBA. He's 10 times first team. And then career average was 27 points per game, 5.8 rebounds per game, 6.7 average attempts per average points per game. So in his legacy, the NBA logo. The logo, one of the greatest guards ever. The logo is of Jerry West. Okay. Elgin Baylor. Now this was a little bit before my time, because I'd have been 4 years old and I wouldn't remember seeing it. Elgin Baylor was drafted 1st overall in 1958 by the Minneapolis Lakers. So he was playing for Minneapolis before Minneapolis came to LA. He's 11-time All-Star in NBA. All-Star is a 10 times All-Star NBA first team. Rookie of the Year in 1959. Career averages 27.4 points per game, 13.5 rebounds per game, and 4.3 average points per game. Or APG, I don't know. Can't remember what that stands for. He is one of the greatest forwards in NBA history, though he retired just before the Lakers won in 1972. Number 5. This was the one that I loved to watch play. Him and Magic Johnson were good, okay? And I like Magic Johnson. I like Kobe Bryant. I like James Worthy. I like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, okay? So, now, James Worthy was drafted 1st overall in 1982. He played for the Lakers from 1982 to 1994. He's a 3-time NBA champion, Finals MVP, 7-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA third team. Career average 17.6 points per game, 5.1 rebounds per game, and 3.0 APG. His nickname was Big Game James, was a clutch performer in the Showtime era. And, those are the top 5. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you top 1 here in a little bit, but I'm going to give you the honorable mentions. I'm not going to go through all the talking bull crap, because I want to get to who I think is the number one. If you have a question or a comment, leave it in the uh, comment section, and put it in the comment section, and I'll read it. I'll read everybody's comments. All right. Honorable mentions was Vernon Nicholson, 1949-1959. That's when they were at Minneapolis. Slater Martin, 1949-1956. Recent players who spent entire career with Lakers but not yet legends was Derek Fisher, 1996 to 2012, with a brief stint away, but mostly a Laker and 5 times champion. And Andrew Bynum, which is good, 2-time champion, but injuries cut his career short. And the conclusion of this part of this commentary, is that the top five greatest Lakers who spent their entire careers with the franchise after being drafted are Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, and James Worthy. All right, so we got through all that. Now, I'm going to give you a little commentary about why LeBron James is not in this list. Okay, I don't want everybody trying to, say he's the greatest of all time. He was not the greatest of all time. I got the stats. I got the Miami stats. I got Cleveland stats where he played, and to me, I don't want you guys hating me, but he's not the greatest of all time. It's Michael Jordan, all right? Because back then they had real basketball. You didn't just shoot threes all the time and try to beat everybody with threes. Because if you shoot threes all the time, you live and die by the threes. What I want to let you know is that back then, in the old days, they were tough. The fights were on, and the fights are on now. But the fights were on. I seen Bird and them get into them. Bird and the Lakers get into them. Boston get into it with Detroit Pistons with Lambeer. I've seen all that. I've been around the NBA as long as I've been around football. I've watched the Lakers as long as I've watched my favorite college team, which is the Oklahoma Sooners. Now, we're not talking about them until season starts then, but then that's when I'll get on my my versions of my views of Southern Cal, UCLA, OU. I'll be getting on everybody right now, but on their stats, what's coming up for the game soon, But we're talking about basketball. We ain't talking about nothing else. So, now, LeBron James played for the Cleveland Cavaliers, where he had 1 championship. All right. Then he had to go to Miami to get 2. Then, when he started staling out, he went to the Lakers and got 1, which gives him 4 championships. But not with the Lakers. I'm a big fan of Lakers, always have been, even though the team I was rooting for the NBA championship was Oklahoma City Thunder, because that's where I live. And, we didn't have basketball here. All we had was the Sooners basketball, and they got better as the 20 or 30 years of my life, last 20 or 30 years. But we had the Wayman Tisdale and all them, but we're still, like I said, I'm not talking college, I'm talking Lakers today. Okay, so Eastern Conference players, playoff opponents, key stats. I got the key stats right here. Average win percentage of Eastern Conference opponents, 55%, or 45% wins per 82 games. All right. Only 3 teams with 55-plus wins faced in 8 final runs in 2007 to 2018. Only 2 MVPs faced in Eastern Conference playoffs. Derrick Rose, 2011, great basketball player, and Joakim Noah, 2014, no MVP. No All-NBA first-team opponents in 2015, 2016, 2017, or 2018 Eastern Conference playoffs. They were in the weakest conference. Eastern Conference has always been the weakest conference, except for a few runs, but the majority of it, it was the weakest. I could get out there and shoot. I'm a fat, disabled white man, white old dude. I can get out there and shoot. All right. Like I said, their opponents: 2007 Pistons, no All-NBA players. It had an aging core. 2015 Hawks, 60-22, but 0 All-NBA players, swept by the Cavs. All right. 2018 Celtics, 55-27, had Kyrie. Hayward, it was injured, led by the rookie Tatum and sophomore Brown. His strongest NBA opponents was Eastern Conference opponents was the 2011 Bulls. They were 62-20 with MVP Derrick Rose. LeBron lost. Heat Air. All right. 2012 Celtics, 56-26, Big Three plus Rondo. They went 7 games. 2013 Pacers, they faced Paul George, a strong defense, and they went 7 games. All right. Eastern Conference playoff records versus LeBron, Cavs and Heat Airs. Pistons 2-4. They had Chauncey Billups, all NBA players, 0 that they faced against that team. Celtics 10-12, 2008 to 2018. Paul Pierce, KG and Rondo. They had one. Pierce was Pierce 2008 to 2012. All right. They had the Bulls 12-5. 2010 to 2015. 12-5 was the record. Derrick Rose, 2011 MVP, won. So they had one All-NBA player, and that was Rose, 2011. Went Paul George, Al Horford. Paul George, when they faced the Pacers, they went 12-7 during that time. Facing the Pacers from 2012 to 2018, faced Paul George. They had one player, Paul George. He was All-NBA player 2013-2014. They played the Hawks. They went 8-0 from 2009 to 2015. Best player was Al Horford. 0 players that was all MVP. Then they had the Raptors 8-0 from 2016 to 2018. DeMar DeRozan, they had 0 all MVP players faced. Now, LeBron's Western Conference playoff opponents. Key stats. They faced 7 teams with 55-plus wins and just 4 playoff runs from 2020 to 2023. Okay? Then they faced 5 MVPs: Curry, Jokic, Durant, Westbrook, and Harden. All right. He faced 12 All-NBA first-team players versus only 3 in the Eastern Conference runs. His strongest opponents were the Warriors at 58-24. KD, Steph, Clay, Dre swept LeBron's Cavs. You know what I'm saying? He was strong in the Eastern Conference, but he was weak against Western Conference foes. Now, the 2020 Rockets, 44-28, Harden, Westbrook. They said that was a tough series. All right, then from 2021, they take on the Suns, 15-21. CP3 Booker lost in the first round, AD injured. 2023, Nuggets, 53-29. Jokic, Murray swept Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. All right. Western Conference playoff records versus LeBron. Lakers error. Warriors 1-8 from 2017 to 2018 and 2023. Steph Curry they faced was the All-NBA player, two-time MVP. 3 Curry, KD, Draymond. Then they took on the Rockets, 4-1, 4 games to 1. 2020, James Harden MVP, and only had one MVP on there, and that was Harden. Nuggets 0-4 against the Nuggets. They went 2023. They had Nikola Jokic, two-time MVP, and only had one All-MVP player faced. All right. Suns, they went 2-4. 2021 to 2023. Devin Booker was on the Nuggets team, and that's who they faced as their MVP. No, he wasn't MVP at the time. And then there was one NBA player that played, and that was CP3 in 2021. And they took on the Memphis Grizzlies. They went 4-2. In 2023, Ja Morant. And Ja Morant was the All-NBA player faced in 2022. Only 3 teams with 55-plus wins in 8 finals runs. You know, this was his weakest. Okay? As we go down into the stats say he was really not the greatest player. Even though he scored a lot, he played a lot of weak teams. So I know some of y'all are going to get mad at me. Don't. He crippled the Lakers with his decision making. He took over as a general manager. The general manager wasn't doing his job, so he just said, I want this person, I want that person. They gave it to him, and it never worked. He brought AD, didn't work. They traded Nikola Jokic for AD. AD is working in Dallas. Not Jokic, but guy number 77. I forget his name all the time. He's there. He's losing weight. He's doing good. So, in essence, LeBron James, he got all his wins mainly in the Eastern Conference. And let me tell you something. You know, when they were talking about ring chasing, that's what he did. Because if he'd have stayed with Cleveland, wouldn't have done no more. He would not have done no more. I don't believe he would have. I think they consider Cleveland a small market team. Miami was a large market team. And he went in, 1-2 there. Then everything blew up. Got traded to the LA Lakers. And he sucked. And he sucked ever since. So, I don't want to hear nobody tell me that he was the greatest Laker player or the greatest of all time, because he is not. Okay? He is not the greatest Laker player. Never will be the greatest player. But I'm going to show you who I think is the greatest player of all time for the LA Lakers. And when I do this, don't nobody get mad at me, but this guy was the best. Here we go.
close. It's a 2-on-1. Kobe and Surra, the alley-oop. And Kobe with the dunk. And the foul as well.
That's why Kobe gave it up.
From the Lakers, and Bryant trying to go behind his back, and Boykins the other way, and they'll finish off with Andre Miller.
Look at that.
Hey, Kobe did not give up on that play. How about that play?
Now that's leadership. That's the kind of stuff he wants to do, and it's shooting it. Plays defense at the other end.
Right with Shaq. He gives it to Walton. Here comes Kobe.
Kobe's the main man. 5-5. Got it. Hamilton, the shot to Kobe Bryant drains the three. 2.1 left on the clock. We're definitely
Michael Jordan.
unbelievable. Tries to pass it. Gets it. Kobe. And Kobe throws it back over his right ear.
I had to turn it down a little bit. Look at that. Oh, yes, he did.
Over the glass, Kobe! Give me a break! Welcome to the circus. And he only shot that ball because he says, I'm getting an and one. I know they're going to hear the whistle. Play through it.
Good point. Daddy A watching Kobe. Scooping, driving, and putting it in. How in the world did he do that?
He passed himself off the backboard. That was a planned play, Kevin. I've seen him do that a lot.
Looking for Bryant. Bryant out deep. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. For the win. Got it.
We talked about him patterning his game after Michael Jordan, and this was Jordan-esque right here. Kobe Bryant just breaking the Charlotte Hornets' heart with that shot. And Kobe Bryant made an MVP of the All-Star game type of shot.
In game 3, Bryant around quickly.
He's a 5-time NBA champion.
Kobe really attacked. Now, Doug Christie's second team all defense, so this guy's no slouch out there defensively. But Kobe's got him sized up right now. He's going exactly where he wants to go on the floor.
Then they had the coaching change. And remember, Mike Krzyzewski was going to be the guy. It could have been his job. Yeah, passed on it. Here goes Kobe. Kobe's able to put one in. Left-handed. He's put up a lot of shots in his career left-handed. Even Mark Cuban can afford to salute that one.
Doesn't have to start to do that.
Cut by Kobe. Oh, and hit with bumping him. Kobe, the acrobatic finish. And a chance for a three-point play. That was sweet on Bryant.
Well, that's the top play of the day.
Alright guys, that's the end of the video. I just want to give you some Kobe Bryant moments. But yes, Kobe Bryant was the all-time greatest for the Lakers. He's one of the all-time greatest over LeBron James. And, when he came in, Michael Jordan was leaving. And I watched the game. And like I said, if you want to help support our channel so we can bring you great Laker content, good, old and new, go ahead and go to the description in the video, underneath the video down below. Click the link and donate. Donate to our channel. Get one time. I want to see who all is watching our content. And we're going to reward people for donating. So please, I want to say thank you for being a part of it. Like I said, leave a like, a comment. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And that way it helps us in the algorithm. And, that way we're able to grow as well. But like I said, go ahead and donate. I'll see you on the next video. We are going to be doing California teams this month. And we're going to be doing a lot of shorts. So have a wonderful day. I thank you very much. God bless.